Okay, we are recording. Welcome, everybody. I'm Desiree. I'm your host for the Wake Up Witches event all week long. It's so beautiful to be here with you all. I welcome you to put into the chat where you're coming in from. Where on the globe are you? Because we truly have a global sisterhood here, which is just absolutely incredible. So I'm going to open up my chat and just see. I'm here in Vancouver, Canada. Carly's here with me. She's in Vancouver Island. Everyone, Carly is a coach here. You're going to see her around, and Trina as well, who's here. And if you have any questions inside the chat, you can ask Carly or Trina as we go. Yeah, this is so awesome. Just reading our chat as everyone is popping in. Tracy Lynn from San Francisco. Amazing. What I'd love to do, everybody, is a brief violet healing meditation. It'll just take a couple minutes. It doesn't have to take a lot of time, but what it does is it connects us in circle. And the violet healing is a method I created or co-created with my divine partner to support in energy hygiene, healing through the chakras, becoming more in alignment with our own energy, and thus what's happening externally. So the metaphysical, what's inside of us, lines up more with the external, physical, and we find ourselves being happier and healthier. Now, in this journey, we're spiritual beings and we're aware of it. So we are living a complex lifetime. And sometimes it can be very useful to do things like karma clearing, soul contract clearing, calling in new guides. I see our guidance system as a revolving door. Sometimes there's new guides coming in, and sometimes some of them are done and they're like, good job, we're done here. And they go out. So sometimes there's some updating that wants to happen so that we can expand into our true self. Now, as women, because we're wise women here, we have this knowledge of repression, of our gifts, and who we truly are through many lifetimes potentially, and through both bloodlines. And if you're adopted, you have your adoptive parents, but you also have your bio parents. And so that's even another complexity. And so we're in a process here of kind of detoxing from that repression and then feeling it safe again, regulating through the nervous system to come out in these safe circle spaces to practice being ourselves, to practice being an abundant, worthy woman, and seeing through this lens to make choices in our life that don't come from people pleasing and fear, but actually come from our true heart's desire and longing, asking ourselves, what do I want? What do I really want? I wasn't really encouraged to do this as a little girl. I was, as I was mentioning yesterday, kind of mommy's little helper. I learned how to cook. My mom grew up on a farm in Saskatchewan with 14 other, they were actually her aunts and uncles, but her grandparents raised her. So she was like the 14th kid. And so she learned how to live on a farm and make do with whatever you had, right? She never had new clothes. It was always the hand-me-downs. She was last on the list. And so I grew up mommy's little helper, learning how to cook like you're on a farm. But no one ever really asked me, what do you really want? Like, what really excites you? Of course, people ask you, what do you want to be when you grow up? But I mean, on a deep, soulful level, what's going on for you? Who do you feel like you're becoming? What if that was the question? Who do you feel like, and you can feel into this for yourself, who do you feel like you're becoming? And because many of us are oracles here, we actually can feel our future self. We feel she's already there. She already has the happiness and satisfaction, and she's sort of beckoning to us. Keep going, keep going, keep going, right? And we have this feeling, and sometimes there's an impatience. Has anyone ever felt this? You're feeling like, I know this thing is supposed to happen, but it's not happening yet. Where am I? Where am I going with this? And it can be confusing as well. So we're being invited to have a lot of courage to stay the course, to release the programming, and to go at our best pace. Only you will know what true success and happiness is for you. It's really for you. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? Okay, beauties. So a violet healing, setting the space goes like this. Take a few easy, deep breaths and just arriving, whatever time you're coming in, whatever time zone you're in, or in this replay right now, we're entering into this quantum experience. You might even be finding this many years into the future. Imagine that we're here all together right now. This circle of light workers, women remembering and activating, exploring, getting curious, getting creative with the expression of who they truly are into the world. And we're celebrating this journey because it truly isn't a destination. It is a journey of unraveling the mystery, becoming, letting die what doesn't serve you, letting die what's in the way, and becoming, letting die and becoming, letting die and becoming. The journey of rebirth, the dance, the spiral. Imagine we're all in this beautiful temple together. How does your temple show itself? Is it a cave? Is it a castle? Is it a grove of oak trees? And at the center of our temple is the violet healing flame. As connected to the priestesses of Avalon, a deep, profound rhythm pulsing of healing that flows through an ever-burning flame. And this flame is available to all of us in this process of rebirth through this entire session together and beyond, knowing you can come back here in this liminal space at any time. I invite you to release into the flame any old stories, ones that you're even unconscious of, that could simply flow into the fire. You are currently rewriting and continuing to write perhaps a next chapter or a next volume of your book, your life as you design it. And acknowledging this, that we are each the author, co-creating with our guides and the universe and each other to create our own destiny, that it's not fated. Yes, you came here for a reason, and you're working on finding your mission. You have a mission. Everybody here, every single woman, you have a mission. Your soul chose to come here. Your soul chose your bloodlines, your elders, parents, children, grandchildren, and beyond. You chose to be here in this vessel, in this body, to fulfill your mission, purpose, and divine destiny. I'm feeling that we're stepping into this on a deeper level, layer today, and that you can take the medicine that's shared by the women who are going to be speaking today, the inspiration, the screw it, just do it, courage, and the vulnerability. Our mess is our message, meaning as you heal yourself through the telling of your story and your mission, it will touch the hearts of others. Trust in this process. Practice, share, become more of you. And may this session be exactly what you need today as we're flowing and dancing through this thinning of the veil that we call Samhain on the wheel of the year. Here in the Northern Hemisphere, and I know some of you are in the Southern Hemisphere, so you kind of get double duty here. You can feel into your own festival time, but also Samhain as you choose. Both will incorporate rebirth, shedding, and becoming. And remind yourself of your intention. My intention through this portal time, one of the 8 most powerful portals of the entire year is, and if you can, name it to yourself. Because we know that where there's intention, energy will follow. And we're using this violet healing process right now to send energy to this. And because we're coming together in circle as women with a common intention, we want to make the world better. And that's why we're here. That's why we've stepped in. We want to leave the world in a better state than once we found it. And let the energy of this circle flow to your beautiful intention for your life, which will powerfully impact your family, your communities, all the communities you're part of, and ultimately all of humanity. Throughout our session, let anything melt away into the violet flame or into the earth that wants to be let go of at your best pace. And so it is, and so it is. Blessed be. Amazing. Ground yourself like you're a beautiful tree, deeply grounded into the earth, but also stretching up to the universe, Father, sky. I invite that there's an energy of safe guidance and protection here as the veil is thinning. Amazing. And you can open your eyes if they're still closed. Come on back. And if you'd like to light a candle or have your magical items around, I shared a little bit about my pentagram altar craft. We're going to be doing that tonight, everybody, in our second session. If you have any anointing oils and you want to use a little bit of those, now is a perfect time. I'm going to invite in our guests here. Okay, loves, how are we feeling? How do you feel after what we call in violet healing, setting the space? You come into the temple, there's the violet flame, and there's a collective intention. Or if you're doing this by yourself, it's your own personal intention. How do you feel? Do you feel lighter? I notice my shoulders want to go back, which to me tells me my heart wants to expand. I even have a heart on my shirt today. I feel like it's popping out a little bit now. It feels really nice. How do you feel? Just pop it into the chat. Maybe you can do it in one word. This is kind of a fun exercise. How do you feel right now? That might be different than when you first came in. And can you express that simply in one word? So I'm going to say light. I definitely feel lighter. Yeah, Ashley, empowered. Beautiful. Oh, Violet, settled. Ashley said empowered. Leanne was relaxed. Amazing. Trina, shiny. Ooh, shiny, happy people. I love it. Tracy Lynn, loved. Shannon, empowered. Beautiful. Carol, empowered and ethereal. Woo. Pamela, peaceful. So you can feel how this is so important. And it actually, with mental rehearsal, doesn't have to take a long time. You can practice this over and over again, and then just like that, set the space. So whether you're going to get groceries or you're going to be in a meeting or you're settling the grandkids or kids into bed, Brenda's elevated, this is a powerful process to do because it's going to change the energy in the room, not just for yourself, but others. And the great thing is other people don't even need to know. You could be at a meeting and you're doing this in your imagination the whole meeting. It's going to change the energy of the meeting. Okay, I'm going to invite in here my beauties. And I'm going to just allow to unmute as they come in. They can unmute themselves. everybody, welcoming Nicola Robinson from New Zealand. She's going to share more about her spiritual journey in a moment and her journey of becoming and sharing her magic in the world. And Trina Dawn Johnson. Hello. And we have the gorgeous Naya. Welcome. This is fun. I feel like Oprah right now. And now we have Alicia Tremaine. Next up, Faraz from New Orleans in the house. Hi, everybody. If you want to unmute, I would love that. And I'm going to find Carly. Carly is here in British Columbia, Canada with me. Here she comes. And Carly, hi. How is everybody? This is so great to be here with you all. Did I get everybody in the room? Just double checking. Amazing. Okay. Woo. Okay, here we are, everybody. I'm going to mute everybody. So, speakers, if you could unmute yourself right now. And I'm just going to make sure that we have a nice quiet space in the background. There we go. Okay, here we go. We are all set. Okay, let's go around the room talking stick style. Nicola, would you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Thanks, Desiree. Thank you for inviting me here. It's exciting to see everyone again. Yeah, I'm based in New Zealand. I'm a witch, a light worker, a shadow worker. I love, all things magical and mystical. Um, yeah, I found Desiree through a lockdown as well. Yeah, it was very much a time of introspection for all of us. But yeah, I'd been traveling for 8 months around the world, and it was really a time to connect to myself before lockdown and before COVID. And I did a little bit of goddess, searching and soul searching on my travels. A little bit of a pilgrimage to Norway and really connected in with Freya. And so then when I found you online, Desiree, with the goddess work, like that really spoke to me and spoke to my soul and what I wanted to like really journey with and connect with more. So and then, being in isolation, like the sisterhood and the being able to connect with other like-minded people while you are at home with your parents in your childhood home after just traveling and being free to do whatever you want for 8 months, then you're, like all of us with lockdown, all of a sudden you're just like in one place for a long period of time. So yeah, having the online platform just really helped nourish me. Yeah.
Thanks, Nick. It's so great to see you. You look gorgeous, and your altar looks amazing. I'm just feeling the magic, the witchy magic coming through. And I love that you call yourself a witch. I just think that's so awesome. If someone asks us what we do and it's aligned and we say, I'm a witch, it's just very interesting, right? To be able to see their reaction. It's actually quite fun to do. I enjoy it. Amazing. Okay, and over to Trina Dawn Johnson. Oh, can you unmute Trina? One sec. Probably best just to keep yourself unmuted because I'm playing with the buttons here. There she goes. Okay, you're good.
There we go.
There we go.
I was stuck on mute. So I'm Trina Dawn, and I've been with Des for over 2 years now. I found her because I was in the fitness realm, so I was teaching yoga and workouts and fitness. And 20 years prior, 25 years prior, I had taken Reiki and a lot of different modalities. And then I kind of shoved them aside and hid for 20 some years. And then here's Des, bright, shining light, attracted me with, it was make a difference with your spiritual gifts at the time. So this 2 years ago. And I hopped on board with everything she had to offer. and my life has changed. So now it's not just fitness, it's actually more spiritual based, and I'm attracting more spiritual women instead of just fitness. And it just is so much more aligned now. I'm enjoying my life. I'm doing retreats, and my life has changed so much, and so much for the better. And I'm not shy about what I do. So this has made a huge difference for me.
Where are you
Thank you.
going tomorrow?
I'm going to Sedona, and I'm bringing two beautiful goddesses with me. And we're going to be there for a week, or 10 days for me, because I'm going to have a little holiday after they leave. But yeah, I'm taking them to the vortexes, and we're going to have beautiful healing energies and ceremonies, and it's just going to be amazing. I'm so excited. And I didn't really introduce myself. I am a mother of three, and I have a little puppy here that gets a little noisy. That's why I had to mute. So, and I'm married. I've been married since 1988, or together with him since. So that's
Incredible.
me in a nutshell.
And the
Thank
cool
you.
thing, thanks, Trina. And the cool thing I've witnessed is your husband really shifting too. I know he got a promotion last year, and what I see is as you rise, he gets pulled up. Probably we all experience that too, right? Hopefully that's the thing. And sometimes that can be the fear, everybody, right? If we allow ourselves to rise, is our partner going to come with us? That could be if you're, but in my experience, what I witness, and I believe family first, I really believe family first. What I witness is the partners do rise to the occasion. There might be some resistance and some rocky moments, but eventually if they're smart, then they're like, I might lose this goddess. I better get my shit together here. And I've witnessed that they do, and they want to. And if they don't, then they're not the right fit, right? And so it can be the tough part of the spiritual journey too, is letting go of friends and people in our life that aren't in alignment anymore. But guess what? New ones come in. New ones come in and fill their place, and it's more joyful. Yay! Okay, and over to notably Naya.
Hello, everyone. I am Naya. I live in North Carolina in the States, and I found Des, that saying, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. I considered myself to be the masculine queen. So in the business world, I mean, just kind of ruling things with an iron fist, and I ruled my household the same way. Didn't work out very well with my husband. He didn't like that. So I needed to find a better way to step more into my feminine and balance those two energies, because I was not doing a good job by myself. So appeared Des, and I stayed with Des for a little over a year, and now I truly consider myself very balanced in the business world as well as at home. Um, and it is truly amazing, because when you step into your feminine, you just attract things to you. You set that intention, and you literally just attract everything that you need to you. And to second what Des said, your man will, or your partner will rise to the occasion. I mean, it's the law of correspondence. When you change, they have no choice but to change, or they'll move out the way and allow someone else to step in. So that is what has happened for me. I have been a powerhouse in real estate. My husband and I started a business together. We've been flipping houses. The market has slowed a little bit, but now he started a new business, and he is now doing light construction work, and on his way to get his general contractor's license. We're starting a podcast, and I work in the luxury retirement industry. I went back to work, and the community that I'm at was at 89% when I started. They're now at 98%, and they are recruiting me to open a new building next year. So things have been really, really great. I have nothing but excellent things to say since joining the sisterhood and working with Des and leaning more into my feminine.
Oh, that's amazing. I love getting these updates to see where everybody is on their journey. That's fabulous. Night. You look amazing. You look like $1 million.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you for sharing. Okay, friends, over to Alicia Tremaine. And I'm going to share everybody's Instagram or Facebook handles later too, because I know you're going to want to go around and follow and like and have them coming in to your feed because all these women are just so inspirational. Alicia, how are you? Oh, you can't unmute. The fairies are playing tricks on us. Hold on 1 second, and I will give you permission. There you go. You're good.
Thank you. Hi. What should I say? Oh, hey, Jody's saying hey in the chat. I met Des pre-pandemic. I was local at that time to her out like in Vancouver area. Yeah. Side note, fun fact, 5 years ago today was when we did the first Samhain ancestral healing weekend. I saw it in my little, in your galleries, like, here's your memories 5 years ago. Yeah, I saw it
Wow.
this morning when I woke up and I was like, oh, that's so nice. I love that kind of like, yeah, full circle and stuff like that. That's really what I'm working on at the moment, is ancestral healing. I have a very unique situation right now. So in the last year, I guess I could say, because it happened just before Christmas, I was diagnosed with cancer. So I haven't been doing too much with my business and things like that. I've been coming back to it, I would say, in the last 60 days kind of thing. I would say that, and that's just because of, surprisingly, even though how scary the prognosis is, I'm actually doing really, really well on the chemo that I'm on right now. So, yeah, so very, very good news. But yeah, in the past year, honestly, I've been just really focusing my resources completely on my physical healing. Yeah, but as as my energy is being restored, I'm returning back to what gives me joy and working towards that, and really, I guess, a renewal and rebirth to the commitment and the devotion of it. So
Thank you for sharing, Alicia. Thank you for being here. I know you were getting treatment yesterday and now you're popping in here today and you look amazing.
yeah, not a chemo day. just a little bit of extra fluids. They're just a little bit concerned with dehydration in me. So it's unique situation again with the chemo. The chemo that I'm on right now, it can't have cold. So I can't drink cold, can't be in the cold. So I need the extra fluids and the help.
Yeah. I was talking to Lori, who's a friend of ours, and Lori's a priestess too, Lori McEwen, and we like to do our magic behind the scenes. And we're like, you know what? Alicia's gonna be fine. We were both like, we totally knew that. And I know it is a difficult prognosis, but we both 100% believe that and are just sending you so much love. And you're in all of our hearts, in this moment especially. And that's when community and sisterhood really is so powerful, when the shit hits the fan, right? It can be fun and it can be entertaining and all those kinds of things, but actually when we need help and we're at and you're not here now, Alicia, but like when you first get a prognosis, that we're kind of at our most vulnerable. And that is when we don't want a lone wolf. And you might for a little bit, but then you might realize, ooh, I better get some help here. For example, last year we had a wildfire scenario. I've told this story a lot. You've probably heard this. But our summer home was burnt to the ground. And it was so sad. But that whole process, I was in the chat with my sisters in our community, getting their help. I'm like, can you please pray? Can you do like a rain dance right now? What can we do here, everybody? And it wasn't real like a building. Who cares about a building, right? It's more like, oh my gosh, this experience, like the biggest fire ceremony of my life. I want my sisters in there helping me, really, is what I was asking for. Right? Not the land, not a building that can get built up again. I needed the help. So even as a leader, and Alicia, you have your own business and you're a leader, we get to be vulnerable with our story and take people on the journey. And we're not saying we're perfect. We're not going to wear a veneer of, I've got it all figured out here. Who does? Guess what? Nobody knows anything. Nobody has anything figured out ever, anywhere. We are all, newsflash, making it up as we go along.
Yes.
Yeah.
Amen. Great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Definitely.
Alicia, you're rocking this journey, and the fact that you're still sharing on your Facebook page and you made a group for support is just amazing. You're doing so great. I just want to acknowledge you for that. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. I don't align with the prognosis at all. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, that doesn't make sense. I don't feel that way at all. And I'm like, that just doesn't make sense to me. And I'm like, I have too much to do here, too much purpose. And just with the echoing too of, it's the same thing that my dad passed away of. I'm like, oh, I'm supposed to do the work. I'm supposed to.
Yeah, exactly. I fully agree with that. There's nowhere in my blood or bones that feels like this isn't going to work out well for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, passing it over, giving her permission to unmute, is Fares from New Orleans. One place I haven't been and I really want to go. It's on my bucket.
Yeah, come visit.
I'm going to.
Hi, I'm Forrest. I met Desiree probably a year and a half ago. I came across her, and it was definitely an intuitive hit to go in and explore more. And I think immediately I could tell a huge energetic shift. Hi, Jody. Immediately I could tell an energetic shift in me. I'm an artist. And so kind of combining my healing and art is really what I wanted to do. And so I worked with Desiree for that year, and my life definitely completely shifted. And I would say it was so much energetically that what I was attracting wasn't previously what I was attracting anymore. And it was definitely more in alignment with my purpose. So I started, I'm also a healer and do energy work and serve combo medicine from the frog. But I definitely started combining my artistry with my healing and taught some courses and just did some things that I don't think I would have done without having worked with you, Desiree, for sure.
Oh.
So yeah, that's a little bit about me.
Thanks, Boris. And I love that when you taught a session the other day that I was part of, you did a whole dance sequence, and it was so good. And it was so fun to do your dance sequence to your playlist. And you dancing around your space, your beautiful space, artistic space there. It was just beautiful.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
And I credit you for the dancing, showing me how much that can move energy through your body. That was one of the major healing I feel like I got from working with you, for sure.
Did you like to dance before? Was that part of practice?
Love dancing, but I wasn't using it as a practice.
Yeah.
But
so
I always
as like, you know, there's music on, you dance around, or you're at a event or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe not so much as a magical tool, but it really can be. And the way you presented it the other day was just so awesome. I felt so good after.
Amazing.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, and over to Carly Patterson from Vancouver Island, British Columbia, one of the most beautiful places on the planet.
Blessed to be here, and the lands that part of the Comox First Nations, their territory, and truly grateful for that, feeling into that, that the keepers of the land, like I feel honored to be here. I think we all have our own keepers wherever we are on the planet. I think this is our third Samhain together, Des, I believe, and yeah, my journey started after the pandemic, and I ran into myself, and I was like, who are you? Like, who is your authentic self? What is your purpose? Why are you so quirky? What's going on here? Let's figure this out. And I started to trace my ancestry back to Scotland, Ireland, and I just found a whole bunch of magic there. And in that process, it was this series of undeniable alignments. And then Des came, and it was Heal the Witch Wound at that point. And it was absolutely beautiful, blew me right open. And I've been on this journey as just finding my authentic self, leading with my heart, leading with grace, having a lot of forgiveness for myself, for all of humanity, for finding the love in between the angst, and feeling a lot of emotions today. I've noticed on this path is witch, priestess, channel for grace, light worker. I feel in purpose wherever I walk. And it's not always easy because there's a lot of things that you get to contemplate, and you go within and then you unpack. And with the veil thinning this week, it's really beautiful. I feel spirit close. I've noticed that my heart swells, like there's a lot more emotion. And so that's something that my intention right now for this week is really just to be part of that and connect with spirit and allow those feelings to come up and recognize them as something more. Like there's a whole other system here, and getting from this system into this system, and being able to be around others and share that space of witnessing is something that I really love to do as well. And it's just been such a beautiful journey. I've noticed finding myself and staying in my like sovereignty has been a big part of this, because there's a lot of old generational patterns I'm breaking and acknowledging, and within my own system and my own lifetime. And yeah, it's definitely been beautiful. Like I was crying before here. I was like, I don't know. I woke up and it's like there's a sense of freedom, but there's a sense of loneliness, and there's all these things. And then I know I'm okay though, and I come back to present and finding ways to energetically be okay. And yeah, I was on for 20 years on antidepressants, anti-anxieties. It's about 4 years now. And so it's really a beautiful process, and having a guiding light or being part of a sisterhood and of like-minded women has been part of the integral piece of that. So yeah, I'm just really, really excited to be here and see everyone that I haven't seen in a while, and new faces, and yeah.
Aw, so proud of you, Carly. How does it feel to be here with the women here today? Because I know you know them all very well.
It feels beautiful. It's like a full circle moment, because there was times, like on your path that you I wavered out, and I've always like wondered how certain people are doing. And then to see that there's so much more light that you're all continuing to bring into your own lives and others, and, believe and have a new sacred truth, and just to come back together, it's like a full circle.
Mm-hmm. Full circle moment. I love, Carly, one of the things you say, I'm always learning from my clients. That's the reason to do the work I do, really, is you like to say our energy is sacred. Our energy is sacred. And this is really profound, everybody. And you could write that down. My energy is sacred, because then if anything doesn't feel right, and you'll know it when you feel it, it's out of alignment. This is my question to everybody, because I want you to clear it and cancel it today if it's true for you. Are you making yourself palatable? Where am I making myself palatable, likable? You're keeping the waters calm just because you can. You have magnificent powers and you can do that. But what happens to you as a sacred being? Now, if it doesn't impact your sacred energy and you're okay with it and it's intentional, then by all means, that's amazing. But if we're people pleasing, or we're just going along with something because it's easier, I would just invite you to notice what that does to your soul. And sometimes we're going to be required to use our voice right? To actually say, actually, I don't consent to this. This doesn't work for me and I won't be participating. For example, because our feelings are our own, our energy is ours. Nobody can take that away from us unless we let them. Right. So I love that you say that, Carly.
And you can call it back to the other day. I just was walking. I just said goodbye to my son because he went back East Coast, and I was walking up my stairs, and I just like, I don't feel whole. But it was deeper than just my son. I'm like, why do I feel like there's something I'm missing? And I just took a minute, and I called my energy back, like little fragments that was out there and bedraggled because there's been a lot go on, and it just bringing out that awareness to that was really helpful in that moment. So yeah, it's very sacred.
That's beautiful. What I would love to do, my beauties, here in the inner circle with me right now is to do a collective prayer, meditation, blessing for everybody here. You're all such wise, powerful channels, similar to what I did at the beginning, just channeling, sharing the setting of the space technique, but also sort of bringing a twist to it and an energy to it. So we can go around in the same order and we'll unmute and just say a few words of whatever feels right. And at the end of your blessing, just say all, and if you need to write this down, you can, all my relations. Alicia, what does that mean? And I might need to give you permission to unmute. Hold on. Okay, there you go.
Well, it goes back to, well, for me, because I'm Métis and of Cree descent, goes back to me for the teaching of Wokotowin, which means we are all connected. So when we announce something like all my relations, you are speaking not just about your relations, say the generations backward, you're also speaking to the generations forward, and you're also speaking to who you are connected. Like now, this would be us now in this circle. So every woman here, whether that's here in the actual time or even in quantum, that's what we're speaking to.
Beautifully said. Yes. Alicia, remember when we were in the sweat lodge together?
We never did sweat.
Well, we didn't actually sweat in it.
We didn't do sweat. We did like a meditation sweat.
It didn't get very hot.
No.
Which was weird. We had so much fire in there and it never got hot. And I believe the reason was one of the women that was there had massive resistance to the experience, and the grandfather rocks would not allow it. Yeah. But we actually created, will you just say a little bit, Alicia? Because I think this is setting us up for the all my relations piece, that how we created the sweat lodge.
What I remember is we created, we energetically created it because we've never done the physical sweat together. So just creating the space and bringing in, what I remember is, of course, bringing in my ancestors, and who came with me was one of my ancestors, Almighty Voice. He was 7 feet tall. And he came, it kind of scary too, because I think that's the other thing that was scary, because he also was shapeshifter, and so grizzly bear energy. That's my biggest memory from it. Obviously, a lot happened, and I think that there's still kind of a little bit of not confusion, but like what happened, you know? But we created this space, like setting the space, like, okay, we built, you know, the setting, we're building the teepee, we're putting in like all the magic elements, we're laying down offering. Yeah. I think that's really important too. When you're doing something like this, the reciprocation, right? When we're speaking to, say, spirit or ancestors, that we absolutely bring offering. It could be energetic. I know we do this a lot with you, Desiree, with work we do, is we're like, here's a gift for our goddess that we're initiating with. And like, you know, she's offering us a gift too, which is always nice. Or maybe it's, maybe the gift is the message. Yeah.
Oh, yes. So Alicia, why don't you start, and then we'll go Alicia, because maybe you want to do a land acknowledgement too in the way that you do it. And I know we might, everybody, if you know who the first peoples were of the territory land that you live on now, we're Squamish, Musqueam, Tsleil-Waututh here, you can pop it into the chat, but we'll all be a little bit different. So it's an opportunity to acknowledge the first people of the land. So let's go. Alicia, Nick, Trina, Naya, Faris, and Carly. That will be the order. So if you need to write it down. So Alicia, Nick, Trina, Naya, Faris, Carly. And I'll make sure you can unmute as you need to. Okay, so Alicia, we can start with you.
I'm sorry. I'm still have chemo brain. That's just confusion.
Okay.
That's not
Yeah,
in my
and if you
brain.
need support, I'm here to help you.
I'm
So
just gonna look up where my territories are
that's
because
okay.
I was even calling something. I said something wrong, and
That's okay. And everybody, one thing that I like to do is ask permission from the spirit of the land if it's okay to do a process. And so we can just do that all together right now. So it's just a feeling of just acknowledging the energy of the earth, but also the spirit of the land that is connected to where you are right now, whether you live there or not. Do we have permission to do this blessing, prayer, healing now collectively? And I definitely get a yes. It's like more than a yes. It's like 150% is how I see it with my psychic meter. Everyone, how other speakers, how do you feel? Do you get a positive response as well? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Amazing. Carly?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay. Alicia, you want to start? And if you need support, I'm here. I can always kick in and help you.
perfect. Yeah, I got it up. So with heartfelt intention, we're all here recognizing that for myself, I live and work and play in the traditional territories of Blackfoot Confederacy, which combines Sikkasa, Kaina, and Piikani. And I also want to include the Tsuut'ina as well as now excuse my pronunciation, Eoxie Nakota Nations. And also I would like to speak to the Métis Nation, which is myself, and that's this Region 7.
Mm-hmm.
And all the other people who make their homes here. This, where I am, is the region of Southern Alberta. So this land is where community gathers. This is unceded and stolen land of the First Nations people. And this is since before time was even counted and continuing. We're grateful here for the culture, the language, traditions that are here. All of these things, they bring more to our life. They enrich our lives. And we give thanks to every kind of life form. So that starts with the mineral life beneath our feet. Wherever you are too, I'm including these lands. The water life, plant life, all of the plants, not just the medicine plants, the plants, the trees, the plants that nourish us, the flowers, every bit of the plants, so even the smallest microbes in the soil. Specifically here in my territory, I honor the animal life, black bear, grizzly bear, deer, bison, rabbits, cougars, coyotes, wolves. And we honor, of course, the bird life here. There's many birds here. We have the eagle, the protectors, the hawks, wise owls, songbirds, and all the other bird life. It is an honor to be here, and we also honor the ancestors who have walked on the lands here where I am and the lands where you are. And it's with great reverence and gratitude that we all may be guests here. Kinaskamitin, miigwech, merci, and thank you.
Mm-hmm. And so do you want me to continue on from that? Yeah. Yeah.
Should we say all my relations, just so we know?
All my relations.
And yeah, for me in New Zealand, the area that I'm from, the people here are Maori people, the first people here. And the area that I am in is Te Rapraha. He was a great warrior, and he had a lot of land. So there's a lot of land in this area. And there were a lot of Maori wars here as well. So there's a lot of energy swirling in a lot of these areas around here. We have Ngāti Toa. He was a prince in this area as well. So yeah, honoring that part of the land. And Papa Tuanuku, she is the goddess of the land here in New Zealand, and I feel very, very, very connected to her. So I always honor the Great Mother, Mother Earth. But when I say Papa Tuanuku, there's just so much emotion that just comes up every time. There's just such a deep, deep connection that I just have. And yeah, honoring like the grandmothers of the land, the ancestors of the land, you know. I had a vision that's come up in the last few days, very strong. It did start with you, Desiree, but I could only visualize a small amount of it. But recently I can just see this land that I own and that I restore as well, planting, nurturing, bringing life back to land that has been decimated or, you know, disrespected, you know. So we are walking here on the earth as these beautiful light workers to bring this beautiful consciousness energy down and regenerating the earth with all of our work that we're doing. So yeah, all my relations.
Thank you.
That's beautiful.
Mhm.
Just honoring every woman here and all of our ancestors. Welcome and blessing. Let's put us all in a big blessing ball of light. And I bless all of you with health, wealth, prosperity, love, connection, and honor. All my relations.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Giving honor to my ancestors. I don't know the original people of this land. I believe it is Cherokee, so giving honor to them. And my ancestors, who are originally from Africa. Giving reverence to them, and giving thanks, and being very grateful to know my worthiness, and encouraging all of us to know and realize how worthy we are to be here together in circle and sharing with each other and this land. It is very important that you start with knowing how worthy you are. If not, you won't go very far. And I truly want you to understand that you have everything within you. Your creator has given you everything that you need to accomplish what it is you need to do here. And I'm giving thanks that all of us realize that by the time we get off of this call today, all my relations.
Thank you.
Yes, this territory here is also unceded. And I have in the past, because my ancestry is from Scotland, Ireland, and so honoring those lands and all the ancestors there, but paying particular attention to this connection here, and this beautiful archipelago. It's a place of creation. I just really had a big, this was a couple weeks ago, a big connection with the earth and the peoples that were here before, and knowing that they did cherish this land and they took care of it and they honored it and it was part of them. It wasn't separated, it was connected deeply. So I felt a big, deep place of reverence to be able to walk these lands. And so sending so much gratitude to be able to plant my feet on the earth here, and all the places that our ancestors have seen the magic and honored it all. And I'm sending blessings and light out right now. I'd love us all just to lean into miracles and lean into the light that miracles are happening all the time, all over within our bodies, exteriorly in nature, above, below, and that may all those come to light more. May humanity, may women, may all people see more of the miracles and less of the side of what we're used to, and lean into that. We are all here. We all breathe the same air, and we're one. All my relations.
Beautiful. Thank you, Carly, and thank you, everybody. That was really amazing. Really, really touching on so many levels, and I think exactly what was needed today, considering everything that's happening around us, that when, you know, we collect as women who do have this reverence for our own soul and the souls of others and the soul of the land, that there are miracles here, and there's a great sadness because of what's been done to the earth. But we can turn that around. And really, you know, the earth will probably continue on beyond humanity is the reality. It's not the earth really that needs healing so much as we do. Right. Yeah. And it starts with us, doesn't it? In our own family first, and bringing ourselves into optimal health. And that's not easy. When you're a light worker, I think we naturally take care of others, and we want to do that because we get great joy. So our greatest challenge, this won't be true for everybody, but for some of us, is to take care of our own self. Right? For some women, that means washing their face every day, right? Self-care could be a full-time job. Right? It is. Or it might mean going to a yoga class once a week, or you got here today and this is what how you're loving on yourself. And I just give every single person here permission to make it a priority, to make it your job to love on yourself. And however you can, each and every day, it's part of your intention. It's part of your manifestation. It is your lifestyle, right? It's not something we think of as an aftermath thing, right? Like you have your list, you go to the grocery store, you get everything, you get home and you think, oh, I forgot the one thing, darn. Are you forgetting the one thing? But we need that, actually get that first when you're at the store, right? Because it's going to make everything else really amazing. That's the lens. That's the Worthy Abundant Woman lens. And we're all here as light workers learning. And I just want to say one more thing here, which is don't wait until you're perfect. We're all the wounded healer, this kind of archetype that exists as the Chiron wound. If you know astrology, it's a Chiron wound, and we all have it. We are all wounded healers because we're human. That's just the nature of being human. You don't have to wait until you feel like, oh, my heart is fully healed now. I'm in my perfect body. I have the perfect lover. I love my life. Now I get to do my light work. It's actually the opposite in my experience. The more I play full out with my light work, the more my life is blessed. Because the goddess is like, oh, she actually means business. Okay, well, she's going to need this. She's going to need this. And she's going to need this. Let's just give it to her. Let's just give it to her. That could be material or internal. They're both connected. So the bigger you play out with your own happiness and sharing your light, whether that's with your kids, your grandkids, community, or as a vocation, the more the goddess is going to kick in to safely guide you and give you what you need. It's just a natural law and the way of things. So I really encourage all of us through this week to stretch, because when you meet your growth edge, that's where the magic starts to happen. If you're backing off from your edge, like if you're in yoga and you're doing a warrior stance and you're kind of taking it easy, you might need it that day. Or if you're like, I'm gonna lunge a little deeper, whoa, pelvic floor super activated, guess what? You're at your edge. It might actually feel wobbly and unstable, but then the next time you go and you do it again, it's actually a little easier. And you notice there's more muscle tone, your pelvic floor is stronger, you're standing up taller, and now you're doing it in your everyday life. That's your edge. And if you don't go to your edge, you will not grow. And there's an edge in spiritual practice. There's an edge in physical practice. There's an edge with how you love people and how intimate you can be with other people. There's all kinds of edges all day long. Everybody put into the chat, even my beautiful speakers here, what edge is the goddess inviting you to come into? What growth edge are you being pulled into? Right? Maybe it's a new job or to fix something at your current job. Or maybe it's to explore your sexuality. You've been feeling kind of dormant in the Shakti department. You're like, I'm going to get a new vibrator. Let's get this going on. Or what else? What else is there? Physical. Maybe you want to release some weight or gain some weight. You're like, I'm going to get on this food thing. There's got to be some nutrition plan for myself that's going to work for me, and I'm going to make this happen. It's probably something you're not doing yet, but you're going to do it. That's the definition of a stretch. And if you know me, that's part of our journey together, is to stretch ourselves. So Trina's saying, advertise myself and do more, get more vocal. Woo! Trina, tell us a little bit about that. I'm going to read through the chat.
Just that I'm doing this retreat and I've kind of like stopped advertising, and I'm like, why did I stop? I could have got somebody, but I got the two, and then I was like okay with that, but I just stopped using my voice, and I don't know why, but I'm working on that. That's what I'm working on.
Yeah, and it's a journey, and I've seen you massively grow in that department and have massive quantum leaps. The fact that you even have an aligned business is just so huge, and you're going to Sedona tomorrow. Yeah, you're already doing it. The very first program I ever led, I imagined in my head there's going to be 20 people. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to make it was a intuition development program, and it was 6 weeks online, and 2 people signed up, and that was it. And part of me was like, oh shoot, should I do this? I don't know if I should even do this now. And it wasn't that I was disappointed, but I felt like, ooh, I didn't quite get that right. But it was actually what I needed, because I wasn't ready for a bigger group. Looking back, having those 2 people were amazing, Stephanie and Jovelyn, who I still, continue to love this day and are still like part of the community. They came in and we learned a lot together. And then the next time there was 5 people. And then the next time there was 10. And then there was 20. And there's a natural evolution. And in fact, everybody, if you're ever thinking to have your own business, and almost everybody here does, or thinking about it, you don't want to grow too fast, because many businesses fail because they grow too fast. So we might feel like we want this to happen really quick so we can help as many people as possible, but there is a kind of organic process to it, I would say, as well. Yeah. Does that resonate, Trina? I know you know.
Yeah, very much.
Yeah.
Thank you. Makes me feel better.
Amazing. Okay, love. We're gonna wrap up. Speakers, I don't know if you can do this and if you have it handy, but if you could share your Instagram, let's actually just go around and we can verbally share, or if you can put it into the chat too, that would be amazing. Instagram, or if you're more on Facebook, that works too, or whatever social you would like people to connect with you on. If that's true, that would be amazing. What about you, Nicola? What's your social handle? And I'm gonna see if I can pull it.
Yeah, so everything for me is Soul Alignment Sanctuary. I have a website, Instagram, and Facebook all set up under that. So yeah, that's me. So yeah,
Okay, can you say it one more time in case we missed it?
Soul Alignment Sanctuary.
I love that. Soul Alignment Sanctuary. Amazing. And Trina, what is yours?
Mine is at Trina D. Johnson. And I typed it into.
Okay, perfect. So that's your Instagram. Okay.
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, awesome. Thank you. And Naya popped hers in too. I'll just give you permission. So I noticed Naya put hers into the chat, which is notably Naya. I'm just going to click her. Okay, you're good, Naya.
There we go. Okay.
There we go.
Is notably Naya on Instagram, and I put it in the chat so you have the spelling.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Why did your parents name you Naya?
Naya means gracious. And it actually came from a TV show in the 80s, late 70s, 80s called Fantasy Island. And it was a mermaid named Naya on about 4 episodes. It was my mom's favorite show. So she named me Naya, and it means gracious. And my daughter is Janaya, and her name means God is gracious.
That's awesome. Anyone remember that show, Fantasy Island?
Yes.
Of course we do. Except for maybe people like Alicia, who are the babies here. She's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. You gotta, I don't know if reruns exist of that, but that would be funny to watch those now.
Yeah.
Thanks, Naya. What about you, Alicia?
I don't really use Instagram. I'm more on Facebook. You can just friend me, and because there's 2 things that you could either be interested in my healing, my cancer journey, or like actually my business. So just friend me. We will connect. I think that's the most important thing, is the connection. So I'll put it in the chat. It is my full name.
Okay. It has your middle name too, right?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. So that's
it looks
important.
like
It's
this.
not, yeah.
Yeah.
Get the full name. So we'll pop that into the chat. Okay, amazing. And I'm gonna look these up and share them in the Magical Badass Babes after too. And what about Carly?
Mine's Moonbeam_Helix.
Okay.
It's been that forever.
I love it. It's
It kind
awesome.
of aligns now, so I must have been thinking something back then.
That's fabulous. I love it. And Carly, you're so artistic. You often have these beautiful photographs of nature, and just you feel the magic through your photos. So I find it inspirational to have you in my feed. It's awesome. And just to finish, let's go around just one more time, and just any download you're getting for the whole group here right now. What do you want everybody to know before we go? Something that's
Can Naya go first?
Yes, Naya.
She has to leave.
Yes. Sorry, we're going over time.
Yeah, thank you, because I have a 3:30 to jump on. Balance. I would say balance is what I'm receiving right now. There's a spectrum to everything. Everything in your life, there's a spectrum to it, and you can either be too far left or too far right, and that is not good. Your body, your life, your spirit, everything wants harmony. So when you're feeling that imbalance, ask yourself questions. That's like your cue to say, what's happening here? Why do I feel this way? Get inquisitive. Be curious about your own spirit and your own spiritual journey and your life. That is how you learn and you grow. It's how you level up. It's how you play this game. Ask yourself questions and dig. And guess what? Spirit will answer back. You'll get answers. Spirit will not leave you in the cold, but it takes you being the initiator. It takes you being the person to say, what am I all about? Who is Naya? And that's how I've leveled up in my life. And it's what you have to do every day. And that's
Mm.
why this is the journey, right? It's not a sprint. Um, that's the biggest thing I can say is seek that harmony, seek that balance, and ask yourself more questions.
Thanks, Naya. Love you.
Yeah,
Sparkly
love
fingers,
you.
everybody, for Naya. She's got to run back to her life. That was
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah, thank you.
Love
Appreciate
you.
it. Yeah, I love you too. I see a lot of people writing it down, and that's a beautiful thing to do. Everybody, grab your pens, write this down so you have it around you so we don't forget. Okay, who's ready? Anybody go? What's the download for today?
I have worthiness, just being worthy of being yourself and being true to you and doing what fills you up with joy. Because if you don't, you have a knee-jerk reaction. It could end up in illness, like me. I was ill for a long time because of not following my passion and joy. I was not happy with what I was doing and I ended up ill. So I don't want any of you to have that happen to you. So follow your and feel the worthiness and follow your passion always.
Wise words, sparkly fingers for Trina. You're gonna have an amazing time, Trina. You're making us all jealous, and we all wish we could go with you next time.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, who's next?
I can go. Yeah, I love the joy, Trina. Definitely. Like, follow what excites you because that's where your natural forward momentum will be to continue with expanding your passions and to be inquisitive about yourself and your own nature and how you operate in the world. And when people are a reflection to you, to not be so critical, to be able to have a bit of perspective, to look down and just figure out where those threads are that are connecting everything and to yeah, be compassionate to yourself within those times where things aren't working out and to be able to look at them and workshop yourself. Like today, I'm going to workshop myself. I'm going to do some oracle cards, set ceremony for yourself. I'm going to do a bit of dance. I'm going to put on my favorite songs and I'm going to feel into what emotion is coming up around why I can't move through a particular thing and have fun with it as well. Like feel into the emotion that's coming up and let it come out. If it's rage, if it's joy, if it's laughter, whatever needs to be expressed through you to like create that sacred space for yourself where you can do that and you can, yeah, do your own processes. Your own magic looks like whatever you want it to look like. You can incorporate all these different modalities and schools of thought and ways of thinking and being and doing and just make it all your own. Because there's no rules apart from what you create for yourself. So just lean in and enjoy yourself and who you are.
So it
Mhm.
is. Woo!
Yeah.
That was awesome.
And that's what you taught me, Desiree.
Oh, okay.
So
I'm like, that was amazing. Yeah, I need the teaching from you back again. Thank you. That's awesome. Oh, I felt that. Okay, who's next? This is so
May
fun.
I go?
Yes, you may.
I'm just listening to everybody, and I just switched it to gallery because I like to look at people because I'm like, if this is who I'm speaking to. I'm going to say it's trust. Trust what you are experiencing. Trust the messages that you receive. Trust yourself. Whether that's, like a song that you think of or, trust what you're experiencing if you're being shown a mirror because of like perhaps a relationship, colleague, family, whatever. Trust that is exactly the medicine that you need. The medicine that's going to support you and bring you forward. Because that's the whole idea, to continue to evolve, to continue to to continue on a spiral, a good spiral, whether that's the spiral back into your true self, or the spiral of community that you're creating, right?
Beautiful. Yeah.
All my relations.
Ooh, I see people clapping, Alicia. Regina is like, yes. That was awesome. Trust yourself. And yeah, over to Carly.
I kind of going back to, choice and having this free will and choice, and back to putting yourself in your own schedule, like finding that authentic you, that whatever is niggling, get curious and follow those leads, those signs, those alignments, and lead with heart and be curious, and your world will expand. It'll open up, and know that whatever that you have been or done or are to be, you're doing the best you can with what you have, and keep giving yourself that grace that you're moving forward, and continue to choose your authentic self and bring that out, because it will come out and it will allow others to also be their authentic selves and connect and be guiding lights together, and feel and begin to trust your intuition and your people and yourself. So yeah, choice.
I love it. So going into our authentic, I'm gonna write that down. Thanks, Carly. That was amazing. I thought you gave us a lot of downloads today. That was incredible. Thank you. So wise. Everybody, question, and it's the first thing that comes into your mind. What is one song that kind of represents a feeling of what we have here today, or something that's coming through for you? The title of a song.
Resilient.
Is that a song?
Unstoppable.
Can you write it?
Yeah.
What was it, Trina?
Unstoppable.
Yes, we danced to that yesterday. I love that. I never
It's
get
my
sick
song.
of that song.
I know.
We got to get pumped up sometimes, right? What else? We Are the
I'm
Women.
thinking of Desiree, one of your favorites. I'm thinking of Tiny Lights.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like just the way it makes you feel. It's so warm.
Someone sing Eye of the Tiger, Resilient by Raising Appalachia, right, Carly? I love that. This Girl's on Fire. Lori. That's you, Lori. And Nona. Ooh, I don't know this one. I'm going to look that up. Thanks, Nick. Christy, Dog Days Are Over, Florence the Machine. Yes, I love her and I love that song. Amazing. Okay, should we have a Healing is the Band? Ooh, we're getting some new ones I don't know about. This is awesome. Let's do a Tiny Lights, because I like that. Does anyone have, I just noticed someone might have a question. If you have a question, just pop it into the chat. Let's do it that way. And we're going to finish up, and we can maybe, Trina, could you do me a favor and maybe find the lyrics for this? Trina actually plays this on guitar, and we did it at a recent retreat, and Carly was there too, and it was just so fun. So I'm going to play the song if you want to sing along, and then we'll finish up. So one more round of sparkly fingers for our amazing speakers here today. And thank you all for showing up today for yourself and for all of us. And tonight we're going to meet at 4:00 Pacific time for our pentagram altar crafting. I've got mine going in the background. So gather up some supplies, whatever you've got. You can check out in the Facebook group what you need exactly. And we're going to call in a helpful ancestor as well.
We take a chance.
Okay, are we ready?
We take
And Alicia is a singer here. Trina is an amazing singer. Oh,
Found it.
Okay.
Invite surprise, then feel
I know it doesn't work to sing all together on the same time.
We are tiny lights that sparkle and glow in a world much bigger than we'll ever know. We are tiny lights shining so bright in a world we know is gonna We celebrate through love and play. We take a minute every day. We chase the shadows far away, finding colors in the gray. We are tiny lights that sparkle and glow in a world much bigger than we'll ever know. We are tiny lights shining so bright in a world we know is gonna be alright. If you try and I try and we try, we can light each tiny light. If you try and I try and we try, we can light the world tonight. We are tiny lights that sparkle and glow in a world much bigger than we'll ever know. We are tiny lights shining so bright in a world we know is gonna be alright. Yeah, we know the world is gonna be alright, 'cause we got all these tiny lights.
And so it is. Thanks, speakers, goddesses, and everybody here. We will see you later tonight. If you want to unmute on the way out and say goodbye, I believe you can do that now. And I'm just going to unclick that. There you go. You can unmute on the way out, and we will see you later tonight. Some of you play. Thank you.
Good day, everybody. We'll see you tonight.
See you tonight. Loves. Bye, Christy. Cherokee, Lori, Jody, Becca, Shannon, Cheryl, Beth, Jen, Cynthia, all these goddesses, Amanda, Violet.
Again and again and again. I'll close my mouth and learn.
I'll play this whole song. You can stay or go, whatever serves you. Everyone, Carly.
These times are poignant. The winds have shifted. It's all we can do to stay uplifted. Pipelines through backyards, wolves howling out fronts. Yeah, I got my crew, but truth is what I want. Realigned and on point, power to the peaceful, prayers to the waters, women at the center, all vessels open to give and receive. Let's see the system brought down to its knees. Whoa, 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 ooh, ooh, the fine things. My father taught me that that I'm a speck of dust and this world was made for me. So let's go and try our luck. Said I've got my roots down, 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 down deep. I've got my roots down, 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 down deep. I've got my roots down, down, down deep. I've got my roots down, down, down deep. So what are we doing here? What has been done? What are you gonna do about it when the world comes undone? My voice feels tiny, and I'm sure so does yours. Put us all together, make a mighty trust the movement. I negate the chaos, uplift the negative. I'll show up at the table again and again and again. I'll close my mouth and learn to listen.
Blessed be, everybody. Have an amazing, amazing day. And